I think everybody deserves a little something special at the holidays, even our littlest friends. So I'm going to take this adorable My First Christmas onesie and make something special to add a little pizzazz for the holidays. So a couple of my friends at work just had babies not that long ago, and therefore they actually get to bring them into the office with one of the programs that we have. So we have these adorable little infants, and I thought they needed something a little special for the holiday party. So I found these great My First Christmas onesies, and they are both still in the newborn size, so they're even smaller and extra special. But obviously get the onesie size that fits best for whatever infant or toddler or child you're going to want to make a little tutu for. And that's your base of the outfit. And then you have a couple of options for making your tutu. You can either use this ribbon, which is 7/8 ribbon. I just used red for the to go with our red and white theme. Or you can use elastic. I would recommend cutting larger than the size of what you think it will be. With the elastic, you'll also need Velcro circles, and you can pick these up at the craft store. And what I would say is have enough for a couple so that you can actually make it adjustable in size. So that way either one, they can make sure it fits them, but two, you can also do it to where they can wear it for many years as they grow. So I'm going to actually go the ribbon route to show this instruction, but like I said, this is another option, and you can do the very same thing if you maybe want to make yourself a tutu or an adult for any sort of a party. So for this size, I went ahead and cut my ribbon. It's about 3 feet long. Just use my yardstick here. And for our newborns, that'll be plenty. The reason I thought this would be easier is obviously they wiggle, and this way we can tie it on the back. So you can also make your tutu go all the way around. I didn't do that for them just because of their age, but it's the same thing over and over. So after you have your ribbon, you just find your center, and then you'll set that aside and be ready to go. But the first thing you need to do before you do that is cut your tulle. So I just got the 2 different colors of tulle to coordinate with whatever your theme is. And one of the fun things is if you do have a yardstick, you can actually put the tulle on here so that it keeps it, even if it's not on the table, it keeps it so it rolls, and then you can cut it. You can see I didn't do a very long one because I didn't want it to be scratchy on their little legs. So I did it it's about 6 to 8 inches, and just trim. They don't have to be perfect. You can always go back, even if they're not all the same, and trim it up at the end. So one of the great things about tulle, it's easy to cut. You can do it, just bunch it up, and makes it even easier. So I've pre-cut some strips here so that we don't have to take all that time. But I did both of my colors, and so I'm going to go back to my ribbon, find my center, and just pick one of your colors, and I just alternated. Obviously, you can do it all the same color, whatever you want. But what you do is grab your tulle in half, and then pull it through. So you're going to do it like this. Pull it through your fingers so you make a loop. In your loop, grab your center, and it doesn't really matter if it's centered because you can always add more you're going to add more to either side. But and then take your ribbon and pull the tulle through. So your ribbon will turn, and that's totally okay. But you're going to get one side that'll have a flatter knot. That will end up being your front. And then just alternate your colors. And do the same thing. Your loop, put your ribbon, and pull it through. So as you just continue to build, one fun thing I always think of when I think of my first Christmas, I am the youngest of 3 girls, and normally your first Christmas ornaments or clothing items, they will all come from gifts from other people. You're probably not going to buy those for yourself. And I laughed because one year I was decorating our Christmas tree at home. I was probably 7 or 8, and I was decorating the tree by myself. I always love to decorate our tree. And I went through all the specialized, personalized ornaments, and there was our first Christmas together for my parents, and multiple babies' first Christmas, and I didn't actually have one. And I, being the youngest child, felt a little jaded. So I took that opportunity to decide that I would just go ahead and make some adjustments. So even though our first Christmas together obviously had the year from my parents, I went ahead and threw some initials on the bottom with a permanent marker. And at the age of 7 or 8, whenever this happened, I had some pretty stellar handwriting. So I did alternate, so it is even between the three of us girls, because that was a big thing for me. I was the one that would count the presents and make sure that we all had the same. My poor mother. But by the time I got done, I think there was probably 6 ornaments, and we each had 2 with SDM written right on the bottom with permanent marker. My mother, needless to say, was not very happy when she came home, but she does still to this day love to remind me of that. And some things you do, maybe in spite, will come back to bite you even later on in age. So because of that, I think it's kind of a fun kind of inside joke that I always love to give friends and family. Their babies, my first Christmas, especially if it's not their first one. If it's their second or third child, they need to have those special things too. So you can see it'll make that nice pattern. And you'll have these pretty little knots that'll lie on there, and it just kind of poofs out. You can also see that they're not all the same length. So what I would go through and do once you get a couple on is just trim them. And so you'll just trim off the ends. And you can't really screw it up. I mean, worst comes to worst, you cut it too short, you can always take it off, but it doesn't really matter. And they just poof out more. So you can do this exact same thing for adults. I would recommend, if you do that for adults, to make adult tutus, or for larger children, to actually use the bolt tools so that it's longer and then it's a way to easily make longer strips versus having to use the roll. Sometimes it can be a little bit cheaper for that purpose. So you just do it as far as you want to. You can go down one side and then go back down the other, and it makes a fun little tutu, and I think it'll be just the perfect outfit paired with our onesie here for the holiday party. So I invite you to make your own tutu. Let me know how it goes for you. If you have any questions, please comment in the comment section below, either on Facebook or on YouTube. Subscribe to my YouTube channel and check out my website at dibbledabbledesigns.com for step-by-step instructions, and let me know if you have any questions. Enjoy, happy holidays, and I can't wait to share pictures of my little friends in their onesies and their tutus.